What is up, guys? Xaldin Palantir here to bring you, my Game of Thrones review, Season 3, Episode 5, Kissed by Fire. Mixed thoughts about this. My issue is things from the book that were so crucial to the plot were completely changed. It's not like they can go back later and be like, oh, this is what really happened, because they literally have edited the plot. They edited the fucking plot and made it worse. Some crucial things. I don't know why. I cannot wrap my head around why. I'm starting to wonder at this point whether they have actually read the books, first of all, and whether the director has actually consulted Martin on what they're doing. Like, honestly, I have no idea anymore, but let's just get into it. I did enjoy this episode, by the way. I enjoyed it because I enjoy most episodes of it, but, you know, I'm just going to divide into parts and tell you guys what happened, how it should have happened, blah, 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 blah. So, let's get into it. First of all, the fight with the Hound. That was great. When Dondarrion took his blood, slashed his sword across his hand with blood on it, and his sword ignited into flame, burst into flame. It was great. That's how it's supposed to happen. We're supposed to, basically, by this scene, we're supposed to know, you know, the god of fire, R'hllor, he's real. Like, he's real in the sense that his influence, he can actually do shit. Let's put it that way. He can actually do shit. And that's amazing. That's just amazing. You know, I liked the fight itself too, and keep in mind, a lot of people haven't kept in mind, the Hound is deathly afraid of fire, okay? The fact that the Hound had a fight, okay, and fire was such a crucial element of this fight. There were fires on the floor, fires on Dondarrion's sword, and it was just crazy. It was absolutely insane. The fight was amazing. At the end of the fight, he slashes Dondarrion and deals the killing blow. Yes, that blow did kill Dondarrion. Dondarrion was dead as a doornail, okay? But Thoros of Myr, the priest of R'hllor, brought Dondarrion back to life. Coincidence? No. Was it real? Was he really brought back to life? Yes. It's a yes. Thumbs up, okay? If you're being like, oh no, it's a trick. It has to be a trick. This guy's not real. You saw that shit. You saw the sword ignite to flame, and you saw a dead man rise up again, okay? It's real. This shit's real. R'hllor's real. Go to the bookstore right now. Go to Barnes & Nobles. Go to Borders, Amazon.com, eBay. Look up your Bible for the R'hllor, the Lord of Light. And yo, it's real. It's real. It was amazing. It was amazing. And, you know, Arya, the part with Arya trying to, you know, get at Dondarrion after and be like, no, you killed my dad, you killed my dad. That was perfect. They did everything great. But one thing you have to realize about the Hound again, the Hound has never, ever killed. He's not a bad person. He kills people under orders. He's not like a comic cop. He doesn't like go in and just start randomly killing everybody. No, he does things only when he is ordered to. He's not a bad person. Common misconception. People always think the Hound is a bad person. No, he's not. And that is kind of what you're going to be, you know, being exposed to. You're supposed to be exposed to it this episode. But basically, that was the point. To show Arya hates the Hound. The Hound is a top-tier fighter in Game of Thrones. He's very top tier. And, you know, Arya had a chat with Dondarrion and Thoros, you know, and it proves, you know, this guy's been brought back to life like 6 times. So R'hllor, his influence, his strength is real. That's that. Next, let's go to Jon Snow. Jon is becoming more and more of a badass. He talks back to Orell, the skin changer, and he's starting to earn respect from the wildlings because of his attitude. He's got style now. He's like talking back to him. He's like, fuck, I'll kill you. He said, Orell, he said, what'll happen to your bird if I kill you? Oh my god, he is giving people lip now. He knows his way. After that, he went off with Ygritte. And he broke his vows, meaning he had sex with her. This is really major, because a common thing you're going to be seeing in Game of Thrones is the breaking of vows. It's if you break a vow, the price you pay is supposed to be death. Okay, and you know, the fact that Jon broke his vows, it's unsettling. It's really, really unsettling, because we have here someone who has now given Wildlings information about the Night's Watch. He's now broken his vows by having sex with Ygritte. You know, this is, and all of the sons of Ned Stark are doing things that he would not have done, which again brings good and evil into play in Game of Thrones. There is no good, there is no absolute good, there's no absolute evil. But yeah, that was really, really, it was a good scene, the Ygritte Jon scene. Hey, I think they make a good couple, and Ygritte, she's pretty hot. She can get the D. I'm sorry, she has her own kind of style to her. She's not like huge and like curvy, but you know, she can get it. She can get it. Sorry about that. Anyways, let's go to oh my goodness, Jaime and Bolton. Okay, the plot was changed. The plot was changed. It was arguably butchered. Arguably butchered. Jaime got captured by the wrong people, okay? This character who's leading Jaime around, the guy that cut off his hand, yeah, he's not a real character. He was transplanted into the adaptation, and he never, ever, 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 ever made any appearance, and was never mentioned in the books. Locke, that's his name, Locke. It's supposed to be Vargo Hoat and the Brave Companions, which were hilarious, great characters, just amazing. Like, don't think they're just taking fodder, you know, things that don't matter out of the adaptation. They're actually taking good material. But anyways, forget it. I'm over it. Not really, but whatever. So they bring Locke brings Jaime to Roose Bolton. Now, Roose Bolton is one of my favorite characters. He's a major douchebag, but he's one of my absolute favorite characters in Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna say why. But you guys are gonna find out this season. You guys are gonna find out why. You know, Jaime decides that he wants to go through the pain of having his arm scorched and flesh rended from his arm. And he does not want, he refuses the painkiller. He's like, I'm gonna scream. Fuck you, I'm gonna scream. Fuck you, I'm gonna scream loudly. Like, oh my gosh. He's like, yo, to avoid as much pain, I can cut off your whole arm. He's like, no. I would rather die. Like, oh my god. That was a great scene. I loved it. It did happen in the. I'm gonna speak up if it didn't happen in the book, but everything else was a go. It happened in the book. Okay, but that was a really nice scene. Now we have Cersei and Peter. Cersei asks Littlefinger, "Oh, can you can you find out? Do some research on the Tyrells? You know, see what they're doing behind the scenes, because I know they're plotting something." That's basically that. Not too interesting of a scene, but I mean, we know this whole plot going on with Littlefinger and Cersei. You know, Cersei is just so power hungry right now, and she's starting to realize her own helplessness. Joffrey was her puppet before. Now Joffrey's no longer her puppet, so she's trying to gain power, and Cersei's just not having a good day. She's not having a good time. Now she's jealous of the Tyrells because Marjorie took away Joffrey. I mean, it's just not going well for Cersei. Things are going shitty for Cersei right now, so she needs to get back on that game. Like, she's arguably one of the weakest pieces in the Game of Thrones. One of the weakest right now, because she's just not having any luck go for her. Anyways, Queen of Flowers talking to Tyrion about debt, you know, debt to the crown. One thing you have to realize about the kingdom, they are in debt. They're in debt from some dangerous ass people. They owe just about everybody money, and they're doing really shitty, okay? So that's basically the problem with that. Queen of Thorns, love her, of course. You know, she's got those snazzy lines, you know. She's just amazing. But yeah, Queen of Thorns, oh my gosh. She basically bargains with Tyrion. She's like, oh, so basically Tyrion, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you half of the expenses for the wedding, and we'll call it a day. You're a boring person. She was like just going off on him. She just goes off on people. She insults you to your face. She does anything. She does what the hell she wants. The Queen of Thorns does what she wants. She's amazing. Great character. Anyways, getting off of that, Gendry joins the Brotherhood, of course. Not really too much to talk about with that. You know, he just feels like he would be better off and he would enjoy himself more if he were to stay with the Brotherhood as their blacksmith rather than go back and serve a king who's probably going to fuck up at some point, you know. He's sick of serving kings. He wants to be with the Brotherhood without banners where they do what the fuck they want. And he wants to help these guys out. So, hey, there's Gendry for you. He's gone. Karstark. This is arguably one of the best parts of the episode. When Rickard Karstark. Let me tell you something about Rickard Karstark. He wanted Catelyn to be severely punished for setting free Jaime Lannister. Because Jaime Lannister killed his own sons, okay? So basically he is pissed as fuck at Robb for letting Jaime Lannister go. So what he does, he goes and he kills the 2 Lannister boys, the young Lannister boys that were being held captive. And they're supposed to be hostages. Oh my god, he goes in there, he says, fuck you, and he kills them. And he's brought before Robb. And he's like, boy. Oh my gosh. He's like, oh my god. He's like, you're supposed to kill your enemies in war. Did your father ever tell you that, boy? And he's talking to the king of the motherfucking north. This guy doesn't give a fuck if he's talking to the king of the north. He does not care. He goes in Karstark. Karstark is pissed and he goes in. He gets punched in the face for that shit. But damn, this guy says what he likes. He says what the fuck he likes. Oh my god. Rickard Karstark is amazing. But that being said, he does get punished for it. Robb is like, oh, people are gonna look down at me because Karstark, you know, Karstark's all calling him out and shit, and he's the king. He's the king, and Karstark says himself, or are you just gonna scold me? Is that all you're gonna do? You're not gonna do shit about it. You scold people who commit treason, and it's true. Catelyn committed treason, no punishment, just scolding, and now she's free. He thought, why not do the same thing? But except for him, he gets the axe. He gets his head chopped off by Robb Stark. The execution scene, flawless, happened exactly how it did in the book, more or less. His line. Let me find his line. Oh, I got it down here. His last word. The last words of Rickard Karstark. Kill me and be cursed. You are no king of mine. That's amazing. Let me tell you why that's amazing. Because Robb Stark is a flawed-ass king. He's a bad king. He broke his vow to marry Walder Frey's daughter. He broke his... He did not punish Catelyn for setting free Jaime Stark. And, you know, I'm not feeling Robb. Robb is just not... He's not doing it anymore. He started off really, really well, and he's gradually been declining because he's too young. I think it's the fact that Robb Stark is just too young. He can't shoulder all this responsibility. He's set in his resolve, but at the same time, he's confused on what his resolve even is. So that's obviously a flaw. And hey man, I don't like that. Beric, Dondarrion. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Stannis. Let's go to the scene with Stannis actually. Stannis' fucking wife. We see her, I believe, for the first time in the adaptation, this episode. Stannis' wife is a creep. She has basically in tanks fucking fetuses of her children that were not born well, like safely. Like some nasty ass shit right there. Oh, that was disgusting. Anyways, she has fetuses. She knows Stannis had sex with Melisandre. She don't give a fuck. She cried tears of joy. So damn, this woman, I just don't like her, man. I don't like her. She's just weird as fuck. I'm sorry. And Stannis goes to see his daughter, Shireen. Shireen's cute. Like, she's just a cute little girl, but she's kept in like this shitty ass, like shithole of a room because of her disease. She has a disease called oh god, what's it called? Stone scale? I forgot what the disease she has is called exactly. Anyways, yeah, she has a disease. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember it. Sorry guys. She has a disease where basically some of her skin just turns to stone. like stone-like substance, and it's supposed to be contagious. So that's what she had. Oh, grayscale. Grayscale. It's called grayscale. So that's what she has. Her friend was the Onion Knight. She used to, you know, chill with the Onion Knight, Davos, but that didn't work out because now he's thrown in the dungeon. Other than that, let's see. Oh yeah, the bath scene with Jaime and Brienne. That was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing scene. Basically what happened was Jaime just got his justification for doing what he did, for killing the Targaryen king. That was a crazy motherfucker. He killed his people. He told Jaime to kill his father. He was about to burn the whole town to the ground with him in it. He was crazy. He needed to die, basically. So, you know, we get some advances as far as Jaime's and Brienne's character goes. Their relationship kind of thing. You know, it's developing, and for the most part, it's great. I mean, Jaime got his development. He's justified. Jaime is a good character. He's a good character. He didn't want to draw necessarily attention to himself. He didn't really want to be justified to the general public. He didn't want to tell Ned Stark. He didn't think Ned Stark would have believed him. So he just kept it to himself all these years, the actual truth of what happened. And, you know, I mean, I admire Jaime for this. I admire Jaime. I actually do respect him as a character. And he's not as shallow. Probably now people see him as less shallow than they previously thought he was. He's not really a shallow guy. Next. Oh yes. Davos learning to read. Quick thoughts on this. This is a change of the story. They butchered the story here. I'm not going to tell you. Alright, I'm going to leave out the part with the character who actually he was involved with when he learned to read. But let's just say that's not how it went down. Because they might try to correct it in some way. I have no idea. But that's not how it actually happened. That's mainly what you need to know. It did not happen like that. Just fuck it. I don't want to deal with the adaptation changing things anymore. So whatever. Oh yeah. Barristan and Ned Stark there's a sort of contrast thing going on, you know. I mean, comparison. Barristan, if you're not sure who that is the guy who's traveling with Daenerys and Jorah. Barristan, the really old guy that was on the old Kingsguard. He's pretty much like Ned Stark in the way that they're both really just honorable guys, except Barristan is a version of Ned Stark that swayed in his resolve. Like, he switched sides. And, you know, I admire both of them, but I like Barristan more because Ned Stark was too set in his honorable ways for me. He didn't think rationally. He thought only what was the most honorable thing to do. He didn't think about the most rational or best approach to a situation. So there you go. Of course, Barristan and Jorah have their little rivalry going on about who has the right ideals, the honorable approach with Barristan or Jorah's more practical approach. Oh yes. The scene with Loras, the gay sex scene. I don't like to see those. I'm not being prejudiced against like homosexuals, but I really just don't like to see those, man. But anyways, yeah, Marjorie, the one scene with Marjorie and Sansa, I'm just letting you guys know, Marjorie can get the D. Any day of the week, Marjorie can get the D. That's it. She's just hot. But yeah, basically, Baelish sent a spy to find out what was going on with the Tyrells, like Cersei said, and he found out that Sansa's supposed to be married to Loras, and now the king knows this. And this is when things get real. Cersei is set up to marry Loras now, and Tyrion is set up to marry Sansa. This is going to be a shitstorm. Cersei does not want to be married. She does not want to serve under a man. She is fed up with being controlled by men. Plus, do you realize how much older Cersei and Tyrion are than Loras and Sansa? That is some weird stuff. That's just weird. But that's what Tywin wants. Tywin schooled both of them at the same damn time. This is really bad for all parties involved, except it's good for Tywin and Joffrey and their ideals. And damn, you guys are going to see how this unfolds, and I'm really, really happy that you guys get to witness this adaptation. But again, read the books. I cannot stress enough, read the books. They're more enjoyable, and they're more true to the story. and you can continue on and find out what happens next anytime you want. It's the best feeling in the world. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe for Game of Thrones content. I also do anime and manga content. So tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Good, not good, what'd you think? Anyways, Valid Volunteer, I am out. Peace.